Welcome to the Living While Loving Your Child Through Addiction podcast. Here, we focus on self care as we tend to our own lives while also extending love and compassion to our kids. This podcast offers science backed skills to bring hope and healing to your entire family. Today, I'm bringing you a quick win, something really simple that you can use starting today to improve your relationship with your son or daughter. I mean, actually, it would work on any relationship, but of course, I'm just going to focus on your relationship with your child. And even if your relationship with them is strained, honestly, especially if your relationship with them is strained and needs some repair, this is going to be really helpful for you. I call it the connection bank account. And by the end of this episode, you will know exactly what you need to do to start making deposits today. So, what is this connection bank account? Imagine if or that every relationship that you have has a balance. It has an account just like your checking account. And every positive interaction that you have with them, every moment of hugging them, understanding instead of judgment, sharing a laugh with them, that is a deposit in your connection bank account. But every negative interaction, like an argument, being critical, being short with them, or lecturing, that's a withdrawal from your connection bank account. And when this connection bank account has a healthy balance, then you both feel safer in that relationship. You're both going to be more trusting and more open to each other. That means more conversations. But when that balance is low or even overdrawn in some cases, even a very neutral conversation can feel tense. And then hard conversations like talking about their substance use can feel completely hopeless, and they can be really explosive conversations. I mean, think about a time when you and your spouse or your significant other weren't getting along very well, and even the most simple question like, "How was your day?" sounds like a loaded question, right? You're like, "Yeah, what do you mean, how's my day?" Right? You're reading into everything. Well, our kids can feel that from us too, because because of that, in the beginning, deposits are small and withdrawals are big. Think about it the way a 30-year mortgage works. So early on, most of your payment goes to the interest on the loan, not the principal of the loan. You're only paying the interest. In fact, it takes 18 years, most likely right around there, to get to the point that you're even splitting your payment evenly between interest and principal. But we're all willing to do that, or many of us are willing to do that, and we just accept that that's how it works. And that's how the connection bank account works as well. In the beginning, your efforts feel really big and the returns feel really small. So it takes a lot of patience. If you're working hard to stay calm, you're avoiding lecturing, showing a lot of compassion, responding intentionally, paying attention to what's going on within yourself, it might seem like nothing is changing at first. But again, you have to have patience and keep going, keep making those deposits. Now, thankfully, the connection bank account does not take as long as a mortgage to build momentum. It's a lot faster than that. But it does take time and patience and maybe even dealing with some hurt feelings because you're putting all this effort in and not seeing any results yet. But over time, those consistent deposits are going to gain momentum. And just like compound interest, the connection account starts to grow exponentially. So when you reach that point, then your withdrawals from the account aren't so big. In the beginning, a conversation about substance use could be impossible or a huge withdrawal. But once you've built up that goodwill and that trust, a conversation about substance use could end up being just a really small withdrawal, or it could end up being net neutral, like no withdrawal at all. And if you're getting to be like a ninja at the connection bank account, you might actually even be able to make a deposit on that type of conversation because you were understanding and compassionate. And so your child felt supported by you and even in a conversation about substance use, and now they feel even safer opening up to you. And that's really possible when all of your hard work pays off. And on top of that, now you have some influence in your child's life because connection equals influence, which is an even bigger return on all of those connection deposits that you've been making. So I want you to take just a moment now and imagine in your mind's eye logging into your connection bank account with your child. What's the balance in that account? Are you overdrawn because you've been losing your temper a lot, lecturing, feeling really resentful, and it's getting in the middle of your relationship, or just constantly focusing on all of the things that they need to do or the things that are going wrong? Or do you have a nice cushy balance in your connection bank account because you've really been focusing on connection and it's paying off? I think that's a great visual to be really honest with yourself about where you're at. So let's give some more examples of deposits. It can just be as simple as sending a text that says, I love you, but with no strings attached, no expectations. Could be listening without interrupting, without fixing or giving advice. Another deposit could be asking about something that they really care about and being genuinely interested in hearing the answer to that. Saying that you're proud of them, even for a small win. Even if there's a lot of other things going on that you wish that they would stop doing, it's so important to acknowledge those behaviors and changes that you would like to see more of. Another way to make a deposit is just even sharing a meal with them or sitting with them to watch their favorite show or just being with them without any agenda. Maybe nothing is even said. And some examples of what withdrawals might look like are criticizing their choices, lecturing them about their substance use, blaming them for everything that feels hard or painful in your life, threatening consequences that you really don't mean, but you're angry, so you just say it, or constantly bringing up again everything that they have done wrong, like always bringing up the past. So none of us are perfect. We are all going to make withdrawals from time to time. But the goal here is just to consistently put more in than you take out. That is how trust is built, just one deposit at a time. And here's why this matters. when your child feels connected to you and safe with you, and you're consistent and predictable, they know what to expect, then their nervous system settles. And they don't have to constantly be on guard, bracing for judgment or that knowing that they're constantly disappointing you. That sense of safety in their nervous system is what allows them to open up to you more and to open up to your influence. And this allows those meaningful, important conversations to happen. And again, when your account balance is high, even really difficult talks about substance use don't feel threatening. And sometimes they can even feel really supportive. And that's when those conversations again become a deposit instead of a withdrawal. Now, you might be thinking that, shouldn't I be holding them accountable? Aren't I enabling if I'm nice and all of these things are going wrong? I hear that all the time, this need to hold them accountable for everything. But we don't have to do that. That's what boundaries are for. They're not for holding them accountable. They're for protecting us. And that's a whole nother podcast. But you don't have to focus on what's wrong all of the time. Your relationship needs that connection and focusing on what is right. Connection doesn't mean that you approve of every choice that they make. And it doesn't mean, again, that you start ignoring boundaries and stop caring about their safety. It just means that you accept what is and that you're willing to work with reality instead of resisting it. And that creates a space where your child feels valued as a person. Even if you don't love their behaviors, they know that you still love them. So I want to give you a little challenge, something that you can do today to start building up your connection bank account. I want you to practice connecting just for the sake of connecting. Instead of criticizing yourself and thinking that you're not doing enough, because that criticism doesn't just go to our kids, we're also always criticizing and second guessing ourselves. Acknowledge that you are trying. Acknowledge that you are making these little deposits, even if you aren't getting anything back yet. And I want you to practice feeling good about it. We feel so shitty all of the time in this that it just starts to be how we feel all of the time. And we have to practice feeling good, allowing ourselves to feel good around our kids, allowing those enjoyable moments. So I want you to practice feeling good about those deposits in the connection bank account. And when you feel good about it, then your child feels that and it elevates their experience too, which now that means you've made an even bigger deposit. You're getting more for your money. And if you catch yourself about to make a withdrawal, like wanting to lecture, wanting to roll your eyes or sigh or say something snippy or, being sarcastic, just take a pause. You don't have to be perfect, but one less withdrawal is progress. And over time, this work adds up. It softens the tension. It reminds your child that no matter what, you are their safe place. And when that foundation is strong, again, even the hardest conversations can feel good and connecting. And that is the power of putting deposits in your connection bank account. So, as promised, that's a quick win for today. And I want to end with asking for reviews. I end every podcast asking for them. I'm going to put a little special request in today. I put my all into this podcast because I know how lonely and painful it is to have a child struggling with substance use. And if this podcast has helped you in any way, like you feel more seen or hopeful or even supported or better just while you're listening to it, it would mean so much to me if you would leave me a review. Reviews are what make it easy for parents to decide that this podcast is worth listening to. When you're overwhelmed, you don't want to waste your time listening to more of the crap that people have been telling you that just makes you feel worse anyway. People reading reviews will help them see that this podcast is different. It does not have to be a fancy review. You don't have to write anything long. Just a few honest words go a long way. And if you have been feeling stuck or scared or unsure about what to do next, you can schedule a road to recovery call with me. We will explore together what is possible for you and your family with support from somebody who truly understands what you're going through. You do not have to navigate this alone. The Road to Recovery call link is in the episode show notes. Always check the episode show notes for my current offers, classes, whatever I'm doing. And until next time, I want you to remember that taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It is a necessity because you matter too.